This audiobook unveils the timeless secret to achieving everything you desire. As you listen, you'll realize the power that shapes your reality has always been within you. The universe responds to your every thought and feeling, and now you'll learn how to command it. Achieve anything. Introduction. Within these pages lies a truth as old as the stars themselves, yet as fresh as the morning dew. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, operates through precise and unwavering laws that have shaped the destiny of every soul who has walked this earthly plane. Among these celestial principles stands the law of attraction, a force as constant as gravity, yet as subtle as thought itself. You have been drawn to this knowledge by no mere chance. The very fact that these words now rest before your eyes speaks to the magnetic power already at work in your life. Just as metals respond to the invisible pull of magnetism, your consciousness responds to the ethereal currents of universal energy that flow through all things. The law of attraction reveals itself in the simplest of observations, like attracts like. This principle echoes through quantum physics, where particles separated by vast distances remain inexplicably connected. It manifests in the natural world, where flowers turn their faces to follow the sun's journey across the sky, and it resonates within the human heart, where thoughts and emotions send ripples through the fabric of reality itself. As you journey through these teachings, you will discover that your thoughts are not mere electrical impulses within your brain. They are living forces that shape the very essence of your existence. Each thought you nurture sends forth vibrations into the universe, attracting circumstances, experiences, and opportunities that match its frequency. This ancient wisdom has been whispered through the corridors of time by mystics and sages, proven in the laboratories of quantum physicists, and demonstrated in the lives of those who have dared to embrace its power. Now, as you stand at the threshold of understanding, know that you are about to unlock a force that has always existed within you, waiting only for your conscious recognition to spring into action. The path ahead will transform not only your understanding of reality, but your very experience of it. The universe awaits your awakening to its infinite possibilities. Part 1: Foundations of Universal Connectivity. Chapter 1: The Law of Attraction Unveiled. In the ancient lands of the East there lived a traveler named Malik, who had lost his way in the endless dunes of the desert. Exhausted and desperate, he sought refuge in a small cave as a sandstorm raged outside. As he waited out the tempest, his hands traced the rough walls of his shelter, discovering strange markings beneath years of dust. As he cleared away the grime, an intricate map revealed itself, etched into the stone by hands long since returned to the earth. The map spoke not of gold or jewels, but of something far more precious: the hidden laws that govern all of creation. Following its guidance, Malik discovered that the treasure he sought had always resided within his own heart, waiting to be awakened by understanding. Just as Malik uncovered the timeless wisdom in that ancient cave, you now stand before the same eternal truth. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality. The law of attraction operates with unwavering precision, responding to the energy you emit into the universe. This is not mere mysticism, but a principle that echoes through the chambers of modern science, where researchers have observed how particles respond to the mere act of observation. Let me share with you the tale of Ibrahim, a farmer who inherited a plot of barren land that others had dismissed as worthless. While his neighbors scoffed, Ibrahim understood a simple truth. The soil would yield whatever he planted within it, provided he nurtured it with patience and unwavering care. Day after day, Ibrahim worked the hard earth, enriching it with compost and water. He spoke to his fields with love and conviction, knowing that life would spring forth in time. Seasons passed, and gradually, the once dead soil transformed. Where others saw impossibility, Ibrahim harvested abundance, his fields overflowing with golden grain. Your mind is like Ibrahim's field. Each thought you plant will, in time, bear fruit according to its nature. Negative thoughts, like weeds, will multiply if left unchecked. But thoughts of joy, success, and abundance, when tended with care and conviction, will grow into the very experiences you desire. Now, as the ancient ones taught, let us plant the seeds of your own transformation. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, allowing your awareness to settle into the fertile soil of your consciousness. Visualize a small seed in your hands. This seed contains your deepest desire. Feel its potential, its readiness to grow. Now plant this seed in the rich earth of your mind. See it taking root, drawing strength from your belief and determination. Watch as it grows, first as a tender shoot, then stronger and taller, finally blossoming into the full manifestation of your desire. Water it daily with your gratitude and expectation. Trust in the natural law that what you plant must grow, for this is the way of the universe. Part 1. Foundations of Universal Connectivity. Chapter 1. The Law of Attraction Unveiled. In the ancient lands of the East, there lived a traveler named Malik who had lost his way in the endless dunes of the desert. Exhausted and desperate, he sought refuge in a small cave as a sandstorm raged outside. As he waited out the tempest, his hands traced the rough walls of his shelter, discovering strange markings beneath years of dust. As he cleared away the grime, an intricate map revealed itself, etched into the stone by hands long since returned to the earth. The map spoke not of gold or jewels, but of something far more precious, the hidden laws that govern all of creation. Following its guidance, Malik discovered that the treasure he sought had always resided within his own heart, waiting to be awakened by understanding. Just as Malik uncovered the timeless wisdom in that ancient cave, you now stand before the same eternal truth. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality. The law of attraction operates with unwavering precision, responding to the energy you emit into the universe. This is not mere mysticism, but a principle that echoes through the chambers of modern science, where researchers have observed how particles respond to the mere act of observation. Let me share with you the tale of Ibrahim, a farmer who inherited a plot of barren land that others had dismissed as worthless. While his neighbors scoffed, Ibrahim understood a simple truth. The soil would yield whatever he planted within it, provided he nurtured it with patience and unwavering care. Day after day, Ibrahim worked the hard earth, enriching it with compost and water. He spoke to his fields with love and conviction, knowing that life would spring forth in time. Seasons passed, and gradually, the once dead soil transformed. Where others saw impossibility, Ibrahim harvested abundance, his fields overflowing with golden grain. Your mind is like Ibrahim's field. Each thought you plant will, in time, bear fruit according to its nature. Negative thoughts, like weeds, will multiply if left unchecked. But thoughts of joy, success, and abundance, when tended with care and conviction, will grow into the very experiences you desire. Now, as the ancient ones taught, Let us plant the seeds of your own transformation. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, allowing your awareness to settle into the fertile soil of your consciousness. Visualize a small seed in your hands. This seed contains your deepest desire. Feel its potential, its readiness to grow. Now plant this seed in the rich earth of your mind. See it taking root, drawing strength from your belief and determination. Watch as it grows, first as a tender shoot, then stronger and taller, finally blossoming into the full manifestation of your desire. Water it daily with your gratitude and expectation. Trust in the natural law that what you plant must grow, for this is the way of the universe. Chapter 3. Energy and Matter. In a village among ancient hills lived a wise teacher named Soren. As the morning sun cast long shadows across the village square, you would have witnessed him gathering the villagers to share a truth that would forever change their understanding of the world. "The air you breathe," he began, "though invisible to your eyes, sustains your very life. Just as this unseen force moves through you, an even more subtle energy flows through all things, connecting every particle of existence. You possess this same wisdom within you, though perhaps it lies dormant, waiting to be awakened. The universe, in its infinite intelligence, operates through invisible forces that respond to your thoughts and intentions. At the smallest level of existence, where quantum possibilities dance between reality and potential, your consciousness shapes the very fabric of what manifests. Think of how a gentle breeze, though unseen, can move leaves and create ripples across a pond. Your thoughts hold this same power, sending ripples through the quantum field that surrounds you. Each intention you hold sends waves of energy into this field, attracting corresponding circumstances into your physical reality. In a distant art studio lived Helena, a painter whose works captured something beyond mere appearance. While others saw only the visible spectrum, she understood that between each color existed infinite subtle variations. As she mixed her pigments, she worked not just with what her eyes could perceive, but with the unseen frequencies that existed between the known hues. Her masterpieces seemed to shimmer with an inner light that moved viewers to tears, though none could explain exactly why. Helena knew that by acknowledging and working with the invisible aspects of color, she accessed a deeper layer of reality that transformed her art from mere representation to living energy. Just as Helena worked with unseen frequencies of light, you too can learn to work with the invisible energies that shape your reality. The quantum field responds to your focus and intention, manifesting circumstances that match the frequency of your thoughts and emotions. To begin working with these subtle energies, settle into a comfortable position and close your eyes. Imagine your hands held slightly apart, palms facing each other. Feel the space between them beginning to tingle with energy. This sensation, though subtle at first, grows stronger as you focus your attention upon it. Now, slowly move your hands slightly closer together, then further apart. Notice how the energy field between them feels different at various distances. This is not mere imagination. You are sensing the actual energy field that surrounds your body, the same field through which your thoughts and intentions travel to interact with the quantum realm. Practice moving this energy between your hands, compressing it and expanding it. As you work with this force, remember that you are touching the very power that shapes the physical world around you. This same energy responds to every thought you hold, every emotion you nurture, creating the circumstances of your life in perfect resonance with your inner state. Chapter 4. Ancient Wisdom Meets Modern Science. In the halls of an ancient library where scrolls of wisdom lay preserved through centuries, an unexpected meeting occurred. Thaddeus, a scholar of ancient mystical texts, crossed paths with Dr. Sarah Chen, a quantum physicist. Their initial discourse sparked a revelation that would bridge worlds of understanding. As you journey deeper into these universal truths, witness how their conversation unfolded. Thaddeus spoke of the ancient principle that all creation springs from a unified field of consciousness, while Dr. Chen described quantum entanglement and the observer effect. What began as intellectual sparring transformed into mutual amazement as they discovered they were describing the same truth through different lenses. The wisdom you seek has always existed in multiple forms. Science and spirituality are not opposing forces, but complementary paths leading to the same summit. When you understand that quantum physics speaks of probability waves collapsing into reality through observation, you glimpse the same principle ancient mystics described as thoughts manifesting into form. In a valley divided by a great chasm lived Marcus, a master bridge builder. Two communities dwelled on opposite sides, each believing their way of life superior. Marcus studied both the rigid principles of engineering and the flowing wisdom of nature. He observed how tree roots intertwined to create natural bridges, how water carved paths through stone, and how birds constructed their nests. Through integrating these diverse insights, Marcus designed a bridge that not only spanned the physical gap, but harmonized with the landscape so perfectly that it appeared to have grown from the earth itself. As the bridge neared completion, both communities recognized the beauty in each other's perspectives, realizing that their differences enhanced rather than divided them. This truth extends into your own journey of manifestation. The physical world you perceive and the spiritual realm you sense are not separate but interwoven aspects of the same reality. Your thoughts, like quantum possibilities, exist in a field of potential until observed and embraced through your conscious awareness. Take a moment now to explore this unity within yourself. Find a quiet space where you can reflect without interruption. Draw 2 circles on a piece of paper, allowing them to overlap in the middle. In one circle, write what you know through logical understanding, your practical knowledge and scientific beliefs. In the other, write what you know through intuition and spiritual insight. In the overlapping space, identify where these seemingly different ways of knowing share common ground. Let your awareness rest in this space of integration, recognizing how these complementary aspects of understanding enrich your ability to work with the law of attraction. Through this union of knowledge and wisdom, you access a deeper level of manifestation power. Chapter 5: The Psychology of Belief. In the shadows of a grand workshop, young Thomas watched master craftsmen shape metal into magnificent creations. Though his hands were skilled, his mind whispered constant doubts, anchoring him to simple tasks. Yet within those quiet moments between hammer strikes, Thomas discovered an ancient truth that would alter the course of his destiny. You see, each thought you harbor shapes the reality you experience. Thomas learned this truth when he stumbled upon a weathered journal hidden among forgotten tools. Within its pages lay the accumulated wisdom of generations of master craftsmen who understood that their greatest work began not with metal, but with belief. The universal law reveals that your beliefs are the molds into which reality flows. Like Thomas, you may have accepted limitations that were never truly yours. These thoughts, these beliefs, are not fixed stars in your mental sky, but rather clouds that can be reshaped or dispersed entirely. In a distant valley lived Isabella, whose story mirrors this truth on a grander scale. She arrived in a village where wells had run dry and fields lay barren. The villagers spoke only of scarcity and impossibility. Yet Isabella carried with her an understanding of the power that beliefs held over reality. Day by day, she worked with the villagers not just to plant seeds in the earth, but to plant new thoughts in their minds. "The land remembers abundance," she would say, "and so must we." As their beliefs shifted, so too did their actions. Wells were dug deeper, innovative irrigation methods were explored, and gradually the village transformed. This transformation you witness in Thomas and Isabella's tales speaks to the malleability of belief systems. Your thoughts are not merely passive observers of reality, they are active creators of it. When you shift a belief, you alter the very foundation upon which your experiences are built. Now, take this ancient scroll of wisdom and make it your own. Find a quiet moment as the day draws to a close. Open a journal and write at the top of the page, "The beliefs that have shaped my path." Below this, draw 2 columns. In the first, inscribe the beliefs that have limited your journey. In the second, transform each limitation into an empowering truth. Let your hand flow freely across the page, for in this sacred act of writing, you begin to reshape the very fabric of your reality. Each word you write carries the power to alter your destiny. Just as Thomas's discovery transformed his craft and Isabella's wisdom renewed a village. Remember, these words you write are not mere ink on paper. They are seeds planted in the fertile soil of your consciousness. Tend to them daily, water them with your attention, and watch as they grow into new realities. Chapter 6: Creating Your Reality. In the heart of an ancient city, Marcus stood before a blank canvas, his brushes untouched. Unlike other artists who painted what their eyes could see, Marcus had learned to paint what his heart could envision. With each stroke, he brought forth not just images, but possibilities, the very essence of his desires taking form through color and light. You possess this same power of intentional creation. Just as Marcus stood before his canvas, you stand before the vast expanse of your future, brush in hand. The universe awaits your first stroke, ready to transform your visions into reality. Through his art, Marcus discovered that creation follows a sacred sequence. First, he would hold the vision in his mind until it burned bright with clarity. Then, he would allow his emotions to infuse the vision with life-giving energy. Finally, his hands would move in harmony with both thought and feeling, bringing forth his creation into physical form. In a distant garden, Sophia tended to flowers that existed nowhere else in the world. While others followed traditional patterns of planting, she listened to an inner wisdom that guided her to create unique combinations. Some called her methods strange, but as her garden bloomed with unprecedented beauty, they began to understand. She was not just growing flowers, she was growing possibilities. This wisdom speaks directly to your journey of manifestation. Like Sophia's garden, your path need not follow conventional patterns. The universe responds not to what others have done before, but to the authentic expression of your deepest intentions. The law reveals that manifestation requires 3 elements working in perfect harmony: clear vision, emotional resonance, and aligned action. Your thoughts are the seeds, your emotions the water, and your actions the nurturing soil in which your desires take root and grow. Marcus discovered that paintings that emerged from this threefold harmony possessed a life of their own, attracting admirers and opportunities he had never imagined possible. Sophia's unique garden became a sanctuary that drew seekers from distant lands, though she had never planned for such recognition. Take now this ancient practice of intentional creation. Sit in stillness with parchment before you. Draw 3 concentric circles on the page. In the innermost circle, write your clearest vision. Be specific and bold. In the middle circle, inscribe the emotions this vision awakens within you. In the outer circle, list the actions that align with both your vision and these emotions. Let this sacred diagram become your daily compass. Each morning, gaze upon it, feeling the resonance between all 3 circles. As you move through your day, let each action spring from this unified field of intention, emotion, and purpose. Like Marcus with his brush and Sophia with her garden, you are crafting not just a future, but a living masterpiece of conscious creation. Chapter 7. The Power of Now. In the high mountains of an ancient land, a monk named Zhen discovered a truth that would transform the way he perceived existence. Each morning, as the sun painted the peaks in gold, he would sit beneath a gnarled pine tree, emptying his mind of all but the present moment. Through years of practice, he learned that true power lay not in grasping at future dreams or clinging to past memories, but in fully inhabiting the eternal now. You, like Zhen, hold within you the capacity to access this timeless state of being. The present moment is where all manifestation begins, where thought transforms into reality, where intention meets opportunity. Far below the mountain, in a bustling metropolis, lives Sarah, whose days blurred into a ceaseless rush of meetings, deadlines, and obligations. Her dreams of success remain distant mirages, always just beyond reach. Until one day, caught in a sudden downpour, she found shelter in a small tea shop. As she watched raindrops trace patterns on the window, time seemed to slow. In that unexpected pause, she glimpsed what Zhen had discovered on his mountain, the power of presence. The universe speaks in the language of now. When your mind races ahead to future worries or lingers in past regrets, you miss the subtle signals and synchronicities that guide you toward your desires. Like a radio tuned between stations, a scattered mind receives only static, while presence allows the clear reception of universal wisdom. Zhen understood that the present moment is the only point of power. Yesterday's thoughts cannot manifest today's reality. Tomorrow's hopes cannot shape this moment's creation. Only your current state of being, your thoughts, emotions, and energy in this instant, holds the power to attract and create. Sarah learned to create small islands of presence in her daily life. While waiting for her morning coffee, instead of checking her phone, she would observe her breath. In traffic, rather than fuming at delays, she would notice the play of light on surrounding buildings. These moments of mindful attention began to multiply, and with them, her ability to manifest her desires grew stronger. To anchor yourself in presence, practice this ancient ritual of attention. Find a quiet space and light a single candle. As the flame flickers, let it become your entire world. When thoughts arise of past or future, neither resist nor follow them. Simply return your attention to the dancing light. Feel the warmth on your face. Observe the subtle movements of the flame. Notice the play of shadows on nearby surfaces. This is not merely an exercise in focus. It is a gateway to the eternal now, where all manifestation begins. As you settle into presence, you'll discover that the present moment is not a point in time, but a portal to the infinite. Here, in this space of pure awareness, your intentions find their greatest power and the universe responds with perfect clarity. Chapter 8. Spiritual Boot Camp. Week 1. In the ancient halls of a mountain temple, a young initiate named Maya stood before her teacher, Master Chen. Her heart raced with anticipation as she prepared to begin her spiritual training. "I am ready," she declared, her voice trembling slightly. The master's eyes held wisdom earned through decades of practice. "Are you prepared to reshape your entire world?" he asked. "You, like Maya, stand at the threshold of transformation. The journey ahead requires dedication, for the mastery of your inner realm demands no less commitment than the training of your physical form." Master Chen guided Maya through a sequence of daily practices, each designed to strengthen her connection to the universal forces. At dawn, she learned to harness the day's first light, channeling its energy through focused breathing. As the sun climbed higher, she practiced directing her thoughts with the precision of an archer, aiming at a distant target. The universal law responds to disciplined practice. Just as a musician must train their fingers to dance across strings, you must train your mind to dance with intention. Each morning holds the power to reshape your reality if you approach it with purpose and dedication. By the third day, Maya discovered that controlling her thoughts was more challenging than any physical exercise she had encountered. When doubt crept in, Master Chen taught her to transmute these heavy energies into fuel for growth. "Your thoughts are like water," he explained. "They can either erode your foundation or nourish your garden. The choice lies in how you direct them." To begin your own transformation, establish a sacred morning ritual. As the world awakens, find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and envision a golden light descending from above, filling your body with divine energy. Speak these words with conviction. "I am aligned with the infinite power of the universe. Through me flows the energy of creation. My thoughts shape reality, and my intentions manifest with perfect timing." Follow this affirmation with 5 minutes of focused visualization. See yourself already embodying your desired state of being. Feel the emotions of achievement, the joy of manifestation, the peace of alignment. Let these feelings saturate every cell of your being. As Maya progressed through her first week, she learned that emotional mastery was the key to unlocking her manifestation potential. Master Chen showed her how to maintain inner calm amid outer chaos, teaching her that the universe responds not to what we think, but to what we feel and believe in our deepest core. The ancient practice of transformation begins with these fundamental steps. Like Maya, you must commit to daily practice, understanding that each moment of focused intention builds upon the last. Through consistent application of these teachings, you lay the foundation for profound change. Chapter 9. The Universal Tapestry. In a village among ancient hills lived Amara, a weaver whose hands moved with grace across her loom. Her tapestries captured more than mere images. They revealed the invisible threads connecting all of existence. As you walk this path of understanding, let Amara's story illuminate the profound truth of universal interconnection. Each morning, Amara would gather threads of varying colors and textures, understanding that every choice she made would influence the final pattern. Through her artistry, she discovered that changing a single thread altered the entire tapestry. Just as your thoughts and actions ripple through the fabric of reality, the universe operates as an infinite web of connection, where each thought, each intention, each action reverberates through the collective field of consciousness. Like Amara's threads, your energy weaves into the greater pattern of existence, contributing to the manifestation of reality itself. In a distant observatory, Marcus spent his nights mapping the dance of stars. Through years of patient observation, he uncovered patterns that mirrored events on Earth. The movement of celestial bodies corresponded with cycles of growth and change in the natural world, revealing the symphony of universal harmony. Marcus realized that just as the stars influence the tides, your energy influences the world around you. Every thought you release into the universe joins the collective field, adding to the cosmic dance of creation. To experience this connection directly, find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Visualize yourself as a point of light in an infinite web of golden threads. Feel how each breath you take sends ripples through these threads, touching countless other points of light. Let your awareness expand to encompass this vast network of connection. Know that your presence in this web is essential, your energy a unique note in the universal symphony. Feel the power of your thoughts as they travel along these golden threads, influencing and being influenced by the collective field. This meditation reveals your true nature as an integral part of the cosmic whole. Through this practice, you align with the universal flow, enhancing your ability to manifest in harmony with the greater good. As you open your eyes, carry this awareness of connection into your daily life. Remember that each thought you think, each word you speak, each action you take contributes to the collective field of manifestation. Chapter 10. Harnessing Universal Laws. In the age of great exploration, there lived a navigator named Thaddeus who understood that mastery of the seas required more than mere maps and instruments. You see, like the universal laws that govern all creation, the ocean's rhythms followed patterns that, once understood, revealed the hidden pathways to any destination. Thaddeus observed how the moon's pull affected the tides, how wind patterns followed celestial movements, and how currents flowed in perfect synchronicity. Through these observations, he discovered that success at sea mirrored the greater laws of existence: the law of rhythm, the law of polarity, the law of cause and effect. Just as Thaddeus learned to harmonize with these natural forces rather than fight against them, you too must align with the universal laws that shape your reality. The law of abundance teaches that the universe exists in a state of infinite plenty, much like the endless waters that stretched before Thaddeus's vessel. The law of synchronicity reveals that seemingly coincidental events are actually meaningful patterns, like the way favorable winds would mysteriously arise just when Thaddeus needed them most. In a workshop far from the sea, Isabella labored over her inventions, applying these same universal principles to her creations. She understood that every breakthrough followed the law of gestation, that all manifestations require their proper time to develop. When she aligned her work with these cosmic principles, her inventions emerged as if guided by an invisible hand. Isabella discovered that the law of vibration underpinned all material existence. By matching the frequency of what she sought to create, she drew the necessary resources and insights to her naturally. Her greatest innovation came when she fully embraced the law of reciprocity, understanding that giving and receiving were different expressions of the same energy. To harness these universal laws in your own life, begin with this ancient practice. For 7 days, observe how these laws operate in your daily experience. Notice the rhythm in your breath, the abundance in nature, the synchronicities that guide your path. Record each instance in a sacred journal, allowing patterns to emerge. As you attune to these laws, create a daily ritual of alignment. Sit in quietude and visualize yourself as a conductor of universal energy. Feel the vibration of abundance coursing through you. Acknowledge the perfect timing of all things. Release resistance to the natural flow of life. Remember, like Thaddeus and Isabella, Your role is not to force these laws into submission, but to dance in harmony with their eternal rhythms. Through this practice, you open yourself to the infinite possibilities that await when you align with the cosmic order. Part 2. Deepening Practice and Mastery. Chapter 11. Overcoming Emotional Blockages. In a village among ancient hills, Amara, a wise healer, noticed how the villagers carried invisible burdens that weighed upon their spirits. You see, just as physical ailments manifest in the body, emotional wounds create barriers that block the natural flow of abundance and manifestation. Each morning, Amara would sit with those who sought her wisdom. Through gentle questioning and patient listening, she helped them identify the source of their pain. Your emotions, she would say, are like water. When allowed to flow freely, they nourish and cleanse. When dammed, they become stagnant and toxic. The universe responds not just to your thoughts, but to the emotional energy you emanate. When you harbor fear, resentment, or doubt, these emotions create a field that repels what you seek to attract. Yet when you cultivate joy, gratitude, and peace, you generate a magnetic force that draws your desires closer. In another part of the village lived Marcus, a masterful blacksmith. His craft taught him that true strength comes not from avoiding heat, but from embracing it. Each day he would heat his metal until it glowed red hot, then carefully hammer and cool it in precise measures. Through this process of tempering, what was once brittle became unbreakable. Your emotional resilience develops in much the same way. Each challenge you face is an opportunity for tempering, for transforming raw emotion into refined strength. Like Marcus's sword, you become stronger not by avoiding life's fires, but by learning to work with them skillfully. To begin your own emotional clearing, create a sacred space where you can explore your feelings without judgment. Take an empty journal and each evening write freely about the emotions that arose during your day. Don't analyze or censor. Simply let your truth flow onto the page. Follow this with the ancient practice of emotional release. Stand in a quiet place, close your eyes, and imagine your emotions as colored light within your body. With each exhale, visualize releasing any dark or heavy energy, watching it dissolve into the earth. With each inhale, draw in pure, golden light that fills the empty spaces with peace and clarity. This ritual, passed down through generations of healers, helps restore your natural state of emotional flow, allowing you to attract and manifest with greater power and precision. Chapter 12, The Language of the Universe. And in the halls of an ancient library you will find the tale of Isabella, a devoted linguist who spent years studying mysterious inscriptions found in temples across the world. While others saw mere scratches on stone, she recognized patterns that transcended cultural boundaries, a universal language waiting to be understood. Through countless nights of meditation and study, Isabella discovered that these symbols weren't just random marks, but rather a cosmic alphabet expressing the universe's own voice. Each symbol pulsed with meaning, revealing how the fabric of reality communicates with those who learn to listen. The universe speaks constantly through signs and synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that catch your attention and guide your path. These are not random events, but divine messages encoded in the everyday tapestry of your life. When you attune yourself to this language, you begin to recognize the subtle ways the universe responds to your thoughts and intentions. In a distant valley lived Marcus, a gifted musician who spent his days listening to the songs of nature. He noticed how the wind through leaves created melodies, how flowing water formed rhythms, and how birds harmonized at dawn. Through careful observation, he composed a symphony that captured these natural patterns, creating music that touched souls deeply. Like Marcus, you too can learn to recognize the symphony of signs around you. When the same number repeatedly appears, when a stranger's words exactly answer your unspoken question, when a book falls open to precisely the page you need, these are notes in the universe's song, guiding you toward your highest path. To understand this sacred language, quiet your mind and sharpen your awareness. Notice the patterns that emerge in your daily life, recurring themes, repeated encounters, or sudden insights that feel significant. These are not coincidences, but responses to your inner questions and desires. The ancient practice of sign recognition begins with setting clear intention. Each morning, ask the universe to show you signs that will guide your path. Throughout your day, maintain awareness of what draws your attention. Record these occurrences in a sacred journal, noting not just what happened, but how it made you feel. Create a personal lexicon of meaning by reflecting on patterns in your observations. Perhaps butterflies appear when you're on the right path, or certain songs play when you need encouragement. The universe speaks to each person in unique ways, using a personal language developed through attention and experience. Practice the ritual of conscious observation. Sit in stillness for a few moments each day, opening yourself to receive messages from the universe. Notice what thoughts arise, what images appear in your mind, what sensations you feel. Trust that the universe is constantly communicating, waiting for you to learn its ancient tongue. Chapter 13, Spiritual Boot Camp, Week 2. In the dawn's early light, a tale unfolds of Maya, an Olympic archer whose journey mirrors your own spiritual path. Each morning, she would arrive at the practice field hours before others, sitting in complete stillness until she could feel her heartbeat align with the world around her. The second week of your spiritual transformation demands similar dedication. Like Maya, who understood that perfect form came from inner alignment rather than mere physical practice, you must now deepen your connection to the universal laws that govern manifestation. Maya's coach taught her that the target was not separate from herself. It was an extension of her consciousness. Similarly, your desires are not distant goals, but extensions of your spiritual essence waiting to be realized through conscious alignment with universal principles. Each day this week builds upon the foundation you established in Week 1. Your morning practice now extends beyond basic visualization into the realm of energetic attunement. As Maya learned to feel the wind's subtle currents before releasing her arrow, you will learn to sense the ethereal currents that shape reality. The universe operates through precise spiritual laws, just as physical laws govern athletic performance. Maya discovered that her best shots came not from forcing the arrow, but from becoming one with the natural flow of energy. Your manifestations will similarly arise from alignment rather than struggle. Today's practice begins with the ancient technique of breath alignment. Sitting in stillness, breathe deeply while repeating this sacred affirmation. I am one with the universal flow of creation. Feel how each breath connects you more deeply to the cosmic current of manifestation. As your day unfolds, maintain awareness of your thoughts and emotions, noting how they influence the energy around you. Like Maya adjusting her stance with each subtle shift in the wind, learn to adjust your spiritual posture in response to life's moments. In the evening, practice the meditation of unified presence. Close your eyes and visualize golden light flowing through your being. Feel yourself becoming transparent to this light, allowing it to illuminate any resistance or misalignment within. Let this light naturally adjust your energy to match the frequency of your desires. Complete your daily practice with this powerful affirmation sequence, speaking each word with full presence and conviction. I align with universal law. Through me flows the power of creation. My thoughts shape reality with divine precision. I am the archer and the arrow, one with my target. Chapter 14, The Art of Detachment. In the high mountains of an ancient land there lived a monk named Tenzin who possessed only 3 treasures: a golden medallion passed down through generations, a treasured manuscript containing sacred teachings, and a jade ring that held deep sentimental value. These possessions, though few, bound his heart with invisible chains. You see, attachment manifests in many forms, some so subtle they escape notice until they cast long shadows across your path to enlightenment. Like Tenzin, you may find that your most cherished possessions, whether physical items, relationships, or desired outcomes, have become anchors rather than wings. One stormy night as Tenzin meditated in his humble dwelling, a great wind tore through the valley. The manuscript pages scattered into the darkness. The medallion rolled into a deep crevice, and the ring slipped from his finger into the rushing waters below. In that moment of total loss, Tenzin experienced a profound truth. The peace he had sought through years of meditation arrived only when he had nothing left to hold on to. In the valley below lived Ibrahim, a merchant known for his unusual approach to trade. While other merchants anxiously tracked their profits and losses, Ibrahim maintained an air of serene detachment. He would say, "I plant the seeds of possibility and let the universe determine their growth." His business flourished not despite his detachment, but because of it. The law of attraction operates most powerfully in the space between desire and detachment. When you plant a seed, you must water it with intention, but step back, allowing it room to grow. Your attachment to specific outcomes creates resistance in the natural flow of manifestation. To master this paradox, begin with the ancient practice of conscious release. Sit in quietness and bring to mind something you deeply desire. Feel the full intensity of your wanting. Now imagine this desire as a dove in your hands. Experience the warmth of holding it, then slowly open your hands and watch it soar freely into the vast sky. Trust that what is meant for you will return in its perfect form and timing. Throughout your day, practice saying, "I release my attachment to this outcome," whenever you notice yourself gripping too tightly to expectations. Like Ibrahim, learn to take inspired action while remaining unattached to specific results. Before sleep, perform the ritual of empty hands. Hold your palms upward and systematically release each concern, worry, and attachment that you've carried through the day. Feel the lightness that comes with surrendering control. This practice creates space for the universe to work in ways beyond your limited imagination. The universe responds most generously when you learn to hold your desires lightly, like water in cupped hands. Too tight a grip causes it to slip away. Too loose a hold lets it spill. But the perfect balance allows it to remain while staying free to flow. Chapter 15, Interactive Growth. In the heart of a bustling town stood an ancient schoolhouse where Master Zheng taught the ways of wisdom. Each morning, as sunlight filtered through paper windows, he would prepare his lessons with careful precision, certain he knew exactly what his students needed to learn. Yet the universe had prepared a different lesson entirely. You must understand that wisdom flows not in one direction, but circles like water through countless streams. As Master Zheng discovered when young Lin questioned the nature of gratitude, offering an insight that shifted the teacher's perspective entirely. If gratitude must be taught, Lin observed, perhaps it was never genuine to begin with. This simple truth transformed how Master Zhang approached every lesson thereafter. The universal law reveals itself through the mirror of human connection. When you stand before others, sharing what you believe you know, the divine often speaks through unexpected voices, reshaping your understanding in ways you never imagined possible. In the southern valleys, there lived a gardener named Mai, who struggled to nurture her plants alone. Despite her expertise, her garden yielded modest harvests until the day she fell ill. As neighbors gathered to tend her beloved plants, something miraculous occurred. The vegetables grew more abundant, the flowers bloomed more vibrantly, and the fruit trees bore sweeter offerings than ever before. The secret lay not in technique, but in the harmonious energy of shared purpose. Each person brought their unique essence. Some sang to the plants, others spoke gentle words, and a few simply sat in peaceful meditation among the growing things. The garden responded to this tapestry of energies, thriving in ways it never had under single stewardship. This truth extends beyond soil and seed. Your spiritual growth, like Mai's garden, flourishes in the rich soil of community. The energy you seek to cultivate within yourself multiplies when shared with others who walk a similar path. Their questions become your teachers, their challenges offer you insight, and their successes light the way forward. To embrace this wisdom, gather with others in sacred circles of learning. Share your experiences of manifestation, both successes and perceived failures. Listen deeply to the stories of others, for within their words lie keys to unlock your own understanding. As you do this, notice how your personal practice deepens and expands through the power of collective energy. Each evening, take time to record the wisdom you've gathered from others throughout your day. Note how their perspectives have enriched your own understanding of the universal laws. Then, in the silence of your heart, offer gratitude for these teachers who appear in all forms. The ancient practice of circle of light invites you to sit quietly and visualize yourself within a circle of fellow seekers. See the golden thread of wisdom weaving between each heart, creating a tapestry of shared understanding. Feel how your individual light grows stronger when joined with others, and set an intention to share your unique gifts with those who cross your path. Chapter 16, The Science of Transformation. In a dimly lit chamber deep within the mountains, the alchemist Khalil toiled over ancient manuscripts and bubbling vessels. For 30 years, he had pursued the transformation of lead into gold, following precise formulas passed down through generations. Yet success eluded him until he realized the true meaning of the ancient texts. The base metal requiring transformation was not external, but within. You see, the universe operates through principles that bridge the mystical and material realms. Just as Khalil discovered that his thoughts could alter the very structure of matter, modern science now reveals how your persistent thoughts reshape the physical architecture of your brain. The power of transformation lies not in sudden change, but in patient, dedicated practice. Each thought you cultivate carves new neural pathways, like water slowly cutting channels through stone. These pathways, strengthened through repetition, become the foundation of your new reality. Consider the tale of Isabella, a painter whose early works followed the rigid traditions of her time. For years, she painted as others had painted before her, until she began experimenting with a single brushstroke each day. This small act of deviation grew bolder with practice. Her mind, freed from conventional patterns, began perceiving color and form in revolutionary ways. What started as subtle shifts in technique blossomed into an entirely new artistic movement, transforming not only her work, but the entire landscape of art. The brain, like Isabella's canvas, holds infinite potential for renewal. Through conscious effort, you can dissolve old patterns and create new possibilities. This is not merely metaphysical truth, but biological reality. Your thoughts literally reshape your neural architecture, creating new connections while pruning away those that no longer serve your highest purpose. To harness this transformative power, begin with the ancient practice of neural alchemy. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Visualize a golden light flowing through your mind, dissolving rigid thought patterns and illuminating new neural pathways. As you breathe deeply, direct this light towards specific areas of desired change. Throughout your day, practice the art of conscious redirection. When old thoughts arise, gently guide your mind toward new possibilities. Like Khalil in his laboratory, maintain precise attention to your mental processes. Record each instance of successful transformation, no matter how small. The final component of this practice involves creating what the ancients called vessels of transformation. These are daily rituals that reinforce new neural pathways. Choose 3 activities that challenge your habitual ways of thinking. Perhaps solve mathematical problems using your non-dominant hand, learn phrases in an unknown language, or walk familiar paths backward. Perform these exercises with full presence, understanding that each moment of practice physically reshapes your brain's structure. Through these practices, you participate in the greatest alchemy of all, the transformation of consciousness itself. Like Isabella's revolutionary brushstrokes, each thought becomes a step toward manifesting new realities, limited only by your dedication to practice and your willingness to transcend old boundaries. Chapter 17. Living as a Co-Creator. In the heart of an ancient realm, Queen Amara ascended to the throne during a time of great uncertainty. Though skilled in the arts of governance, she initially attempted to control every aspect of her kingdom through sheer force of will. As crops withered and discontent grew, she discovered a truth that would transform her reign. You must understand that manifestation is not about domination, but harmonious co-creation with the universe. Just as Queen Amara learned that her kingdom flourished only when she aligned her will with the natural flow of life, you too must recognize that true power lies in partnership with universal forces. Each morning, Amara would walk through her gardens, not to command them to grow, but to listen to what they needed. She discovered that by attuning herself to the rhythm of nature, her decisions became more wisdom-filled, her actions more effective. The kingdom responded in kind. Rivers flowed more abundantly. Harvests grew more plentiful, and her people found renewed purpose. This wisdom echoes in the story of Marcus, a master architect who revolutionized the way structures were built. Instead of imposing his vision upon the land, he would spend days observing how wind moved across a site, how water flowed beneath it, and how light danced across its surface. His buildings seemed to emerge from the earth itself, working in harmony with their surroundings rather than against them. You possess this same creative force within you. Like Queen Amara and Marcus, you are not meant to force your will upon the world, but to dance with the universe in a divine partnership. This requires deep listening, conscious awareness, and responsible wielding of your manifestation power. To embrace this co-creative ability, begin with the ancient practice of harmonious visualization. Find a peaceful space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and envision yourself as a conductor of universal energy. Feel the flow of creative force moving through you, neither controlling nor being controlled, but working in perfect synchronicity with all that is. Now picture your desires as seeds of light. Rather than forcing them to grow, see yourself as a gardener, providing the optimal conditions for their natural unfoldment. Notice how the universe responds to your gentle guidance, offering pathways and possibilities you might never have imagined through forceful control alone. Let your breath become a bridge between your individual will and universal wisdom. With each inhale, draw in the infinite potential of creation. With each exhale, release any need to control outcomes. Feel yourself becoming a clear channel through which the universe can express its highest possibilities. Chapter 18, Spiritual Boot Camp, Week 3. In the heart of a mountain village lived Kaito, a sculptor whose hands had shaped stone for over 3 decades. Each morning, as the sun's first rays kissed the mountainside, he would stand before an untouched block of marble, his tools ready but unused until he felt the stone speak to him. You now enter the 3rd phase of your spiritual transformation, where dedication meets mastery. Like Kaito, who understood that true artistry emerges not from forcing his will upon the stone, but from a deep communion with its inherent nature, you too must refine your relationship with universal forces. As you witnessed Kaito's journey, notice how he spent years learning the language of stone, its grain, its temperament, its hidden beauty waiting to emerge. In the same way, these advanced practices require you to attune yourself more precisely to the subtle energies that shape reality. Each day this week brings a new dimension of mastery. You begin by strengthening your visualization abilities beyond mere surface imagery. Like Kaito, who could see the finished sculpture within the raw stone, you must learn to perceive the completed manifestation within the present moment. The practices intensify as you move through the week. Your morning meditations become deeper, your awareness sharper. You learn to hold multiple levels of consciousness simultaneously, remaining grounded in the physical while accessing higher realms of possibility. As Kaito's chisel found the perfect angle through years of practice, your spiritual tools become extensions of your consciousness. The law of attraction responds more readily to your touch, like marble yielding to a master's hand. Your manifestations take shape with increasing precision and grace. For this week's advanced practice, sit in silence as the sun rises. Begin by visualizing a sphere of pure light in your mind's eye. Unlike basic visualization, you must now maintain this image while simultaneously feeling its energy radiating through your body. Add layers of detail, color, texture, movement, while keeping the original form stable and clear. Let this sphere become a focal point for your manifestation energy, a tool as precise as Kaito's chisel. This exercise continues for 30 minutes each morning, increasing in complexity as you progress. By week's end, you will have developed the ability to hold multiple manifestation energies in perfect balance, just as Kaito learned to see all angles of his sculpture simultaneously. Chapter 19. Integrating New Paradigms. In the bustling marketplace of ancient Alexandria, a philosopher named Theon walked among the merchants and traders, sharing wisdom that challenged the accepted truths of his time. While others spoke of fate as fixed stars in the heavens, Theon taught of a universe that danced with infinite possibility. You stand now at a similar crossroads where new understanding meets established patterns. The teachings you have uncovered hold transformative power, yet their true magic lies not in knowing them, but in weaving them seamlessly into the fabric of your daily existence. Theon's teachings sparked resistance at first. The merchants who had always measured their fortunes by the weight of their coins found it difficult to embrace the concept of abundance flowing from thought. Yet through patience and practical demonstration, Theon showed how new ideas could enhance rather than replace traditional wisdom. In a distant city, a chef named Maya faced similar challenges. Her kitchen served traditional dishes passed down through generations, yet she recognized the potential for evolution. With careful consideration, she introduced exotic spices that enhanced familiar flavors without overwhelming them. Her patrons discovered that change need not diminish tradition, but could elevate it to new heights. The universal laws you have discovered operate in much the same way. They do not require you to abandon your current life, but rather to enhance it through deeper understanding. Like Maya's subtle spice additions, these principles flavor your existing routines with heightened awareness and intention. To integrate these teachings naturally, begin with small moments of conscious practice. When you wake each morning, pause before rising. Feel the energy of possibility coursing through your body. Let your first thoughts align with the frequencies you wish to attract. This simple ritual plants seeds of transformation that grow stronger with each passing day. As your awareness expands, you notice opportunities for integration in everyday activities. A morning commute becomes a meditation on abundance. A business meeting transforms into an exercise in energy alignment. Like Theon's merchants who learned to measure wealth in new ways, you begin to see familiar situations through transformed eyes. For your practice of integration, create what the ancients called a bridge of habits. Each evening, select one routine activity for the following day. During this chosen activity, maintain full awareness of the universal laws at work. Whether washing dishes or conducting business, let your actions flow from this heightened state of consciousness. This bridges the gap between spiritual understanding and practical application, making the extraordinary ordinary. Chapter 20. Celebrating the Journey. In the ancient city of Varanasi, a festival planner named Indira prepared for the Festival of Light and Shadow. Unlike other celebrations that focus solely on the destination, she wove moments of reflection throughout the journey, creating spaces where participants could pause and witness their own transformation. You too stand at a moment of profound recognition. The wisdom you have gathered, like precious gems along your path, now forms a constellation of understanding. Each insight, each moment of clarity, has contributed to your evolution. Indira's festival began at sunrise, with participants marking their intentions on paper lanterns. As they moved through the day, each station offered a chance to acknowledge growth. Some stations held mirrors reflecting not just their physical form but the light of their inner transformation. Others contained vessels of water where they could symbolically release old patterns, watching them dissolve into ripples of possibility. In a quiet gallery across the world, an artist named Gabriel prepared for his life's exhibition. Each piece told a story of evolution, from his earliest works, marked by uncertainty, to his latest masterpieces flowing with confident brushstrokes. Visitors noticed how each painting contained elements of those that came before, showing how growth builds upon itself in subtle ways. The universe speaks through such moments of reflection. Your journey through these teachings mirrors both Indira's festival and Gabriel's exhibition. Each chapter has left its mark. Each practice has shaped your understanding, and each revelation has expanded your capacity to manifest. To honor this journey, the ancient ones prescribed a sacred ritual of acknowledgement. Find a quiet space where you can spread out tokens of your progress, perhaps journal entries, accomplished goals, or symbols of change. Like Gabriel arranging his artwork, place these markers of your journey in a circle around you. Each represents a step on your path of transformation. Now, sitting in the center of your circle, close your eyes And remember, let each milestone rise in your awareness like lanterns in Indira's festival. Feel how each teaching has settled into your being, how each practice has refined your ability to co-create with the universe. The ancient practice of sacred recognition calls you to document your journey in a special way. Take 3 sheets of paper. On the first, write what you were seeking when you began this path. On the second, record the wisdom you have gained. On the third, describe how you have changed. Place these papers before you as testimony to your growth. Part 3, Advanced Techniques in Lifelong Mastery. Chapter 21, The Mastery of Silence. In the mountains of Tibet, a monk named Tenzin spent his days in contemplative silence. While others sought wisdom through endless discourse, he discovered that truth revealed itself most clearly in the spaces between words. Each morning, as dawn painted the peaks in gold, he sat in perfect stillness, allowing the universe to speak through the language of silence. You possess this same capacity for profound stillness, though the modern world often drowns it in noise. Yet within you lies an infinite well of silence, waiting to be discovered. In the depths of this silence, Tenzin encountered what the ancients called the void, not an emptiness, but a fertile space where manifestation begins. Here, in the absence of mental chatter, he witnessed how thoughts take form like dewdrops crystallizing in morning air. Across the world, in a centuries-old library, a woman named Sarah worked among towering shelves of ancient texts. While others rushed through their research, she learned to listen to the whispers that existed between the books, the subtle vibrations of wisdom that could only be perceived in complete stillness. In these quiet moments, she discovered that the greatest secrets weren't written in ink, but in the silence that held them. The universe speaks most clearly when we quiet our minds. This truth, known to mystics throughout the ages, reveals itself through the practice of conscious stillness. When you enter this sacred silence, your ability to attract and manifest amplifies, for it is in stillness that you align most purely with universal forces. To access this power, the ancients developed the ritual of sacred silence. Find a space where you can be undisturbed. Begin with 3 deep breaths, each one drawing you deeper into stillness. Allow your thoughts to settle like leaves falling gently to earth. In this quiet space, observe how your intentions become clearer, your connection to the universe stronger. The practice continues with periods of intentional silence throughout your day. Start with 5 minutes, gradually extending to longer durations. During these times, turn your attention to the space between your thoughts. Here, in this vast stillness, the seeds of manifestation find fertile ground. For those ready to deepen their practice, the ancient teachings suggest a day of complete silence. During this time, communicate only through gestures or writing when absolutely necessary. Notice how your awareness expands, how your intuition sharpens in the absence of spoken words. Chapter 22, Quantum Manifestation. In a pristine laboratory filled with gleaming equipment, Dr. Elena Martinez stood before her quantum field detector. Years of research had led her to understand that consciousness itself interacted with the quantum realm in ways that defied classical physics. Through careful observation and experimentation, she discovered that focused intention could influence quantum particles, creating ripples of change that manifested in the physical world. You too exist within this quantum field of infinite possibility. Every thought you hold resonates at the subatomic level, influencing the very fabric of reality. The ancients understood this principle intuitively. What they called divine power or universal energy is now measured in laboratories as quantum entanglement and wave function collapse. Thomas Edison once said, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." Yet Michael Chen, a brilliant inventor in Silicon Valley, discovered something deeper. Working with cutting-edge quantum computers, he noticed that his breakthroughs came not through force of will, but through alignment with quantum principles. By maintaining specific brainwave patterns that resonated with quantum frequencies, he accessed what he called the field of innovation, a state where solutions emerge spontaneously from the quantum realm. The quantum field responds to consciousness in predictable ways. When you align your thoughts with specific frequencies, you create what physicists call coherence, a harmonious state where manifestation occurs with remarkable efficiency. This isn't mysticism, it's measurable science that validates ancient wisdom. To harness this power, begin with the quantum field alignment practice. Sit in a comfortable position and visualize yourself surrounded by waves of quantum energy. Feel these waves responding to your consciousness. Now, hold your desired outcome in mind while maintaining awareness of your connection to this field. Allow your intention to ripple outward through the quantum realm, knowing that observation itself influences reality at the subatomic level. Next, practice what quantum physicists call superposition thinking. Just as a quantum particle can exist in multiple states simultaneously, hold your desired outcome as both possibility and reality. This creates a powerful resonance in the quantum field, accelerating manifestation through what Einstein termed spooky action at distance. The final step involves quantum entrainment. Visualize your goal as already achieved across multiple parallel realities, allowing these possibilities to collapse into your present moment. This technique, based on the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, amplifies your manifestation power by aligning your consciousness with the most favorable quantum outcomes. Chapter 23. The Infinite Self. In the heart of an ancient mountain range there lived an explorer named Kai who yearned to venture beyond the mapped territories. While others saw only insurmountable peaks, Kai perceived doorways to undiscovered realms. Each morning he would climb higher, pushing past the boundaries that confined others' imaginations. You possess this same spirit of exploration within your being. Like Kai, you stand at the threshold of vast inner territories waiting to be discovered. The boundaries you perceive are merely illusions, drawn on the maps of your mind by years of limited thinking. One day, Kai discovered a hidden cave that seemed to defy physical laws. Its interior stretched far beyond what its exterior suggested possible. As he ventured deeper, he realized this cave mirrored the infinite nature of human consciousness. Each chamber opened to reveal countless others, each more magnificent than the last. In the valley below lived Maya, an artist known for creating paintings that appeared to extend beyond their frames. Her canvases, though bound by wooden edges, contained worlds that seemed to stretch into infinity. Those who gazed upon her work often found themselves transported beyond the physical limitations of the frame, experiencing the boundless nature of creation itself. The universe operates through this same principle of infinite possibility contained within finite form. Your physical body, like Maya's canvas, holds unlimited potential within its apparent boundaries. Every thought you think, every dream you dream, opens new pathways in the vast expanse of your consciousness. To access this infinite potential, begin with the ancient practice of boundary dissolution. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Visualize the edges of your perceived limitations, whether physical, mental, or spiritual. Now watch as these boundaries slowly dissolve, revealing the vast expanse of your true nature. Feel yourself extending beyond these artificial constraints, recognizing that your consciousness knows no bounds. Next, engage in the infinite mirror meditation. Imagine standing between two mirrors facing each other, creating an endless reflection. This represents the infinite aspects of your being. Each reflection reveals a new dimension of your potential, stretching infinitely in all directions. Observe how each reflection contains the whole, yet expresses uniquely. Finally, practice the expansion of self. Begin by focusing on your breath, then gradually expand your awareness outward. Feel yourself growing larger, encompassing your surroundings, your city, the planet, and beyond. Recognize that your consciousness can expand infinitely while maintaining its essential nature, just as Maya's paintings contained infinity within their frames. Chapter 24. Spiritual Boot Camp, Week 4. In the heart of a timeless sanctuary, among ancient trees, a wise elder named Soren gathered with those who sought the deepest truths of existence. As the morning mist cleared, revealing the first rays of dawn, he shared wisdom that had been passed down through countless generations. You now stand at this same sacred threshold, ready to receive these final teachings that will complete your spiritual transformation. Like those seekers of old, you have journeyed far, and the time has come to weave together all you have learned into a tapestry of mastery. Soren taught his students that true wisdom comes not from accumulating knowledge, but from integrating it fully into one's being. Each morning, he would guide them through practices that united body, mind, and spirit. Through his guidance, they learned that mastery emerges from the seamless fusion of all spiritual laws into a single flowing stream of consciousness. The universal integration practice holds the key to this final stage of your journey. Begin each day by sitting in sacred silence, allowing your consciousness to expand like ripples on a still pond. As you breathe deeply, recall each spiritual law you have learned, feeling them merge within your being. Visualize these laws as streams of light flowing together to form a brilliant star at your center. Next, engage in the practice of unified awareness. As you move through your day, maintain conscious awareness of how each spiritual law operates simultaneously. Notice how the law of attraction works in harmony with the law of detachment, how presence amplifies manifestation, and how silence enhances power. The final element of mastery involves the ritual of sacred integration. Create a dedicated space where you can perform this ritual daily. Begin by lighting a candle, symbolizing the illumination of wisdom. Place before you symbols representing each spiritual law you have learned. As you meditate, hold each symbol, allowing its essence to merge with your being. Feel these teachings becoming as natural as breathing, as automatic as your heartbeat. Through these practices, you transcend the need for conscious effort, entering a state where spiritual laws operate through you effortlessly. Like Soren's students, you become a living embodiment of these eternal truths naturally aligned with the infinite wisdom of the universe. Chapter 25. The Ripple Effect. In the valley of ancient stones, where wisdom echoes through time, lived Marcus, a humble stonecutter. Each morning he would make his way to the quarry, his tools worn smooth from years of dedicated work. One dawn, as he struck his chisel against a massive boulder, the impact sent unexpected ripples across a nearby pond, creating circles that expanded far beyond his sight. You too stand before the great stone of possibility, your actions rippling outward in ways you may not yet comprehend. Like Marcus, each choice you make, each thought you nurture, creates waves that touch countless shores. The universal law of influence reveals that no action exists in isolation. As Marcus observed the expanding ripples, he realized that his work shaped not just the stone, but the very landscape around him. The fragments from his careful cuts became stepping stones for travelers, foundations for homes, and markers for sacred spaces. In the distant mountains, a teacher named Maya discovered this same truth through different means. For 40 years, she shared her knowledge with young minds, planting seeds of wisdom that would bloom across generations. Her students became teachers themselves, carrying her lessons to lands she would never see. One day, she met a stranger who spoke her very own words, teachings that had traveled through time and space, transformed yet recognizable like light reflecting across countless mirrors. The power of your transformation extends far beyond your personal sphere. When you align with universal laws, you become a beacon, unconsciously guiding others toward their own awakening. Your elevated vibration raises the frequency of those around you, creating a harmonious resonance that spreads like morning light across a valley. To harness this ripple effect, begin with the sacred stone practice. Find a quiet body of water, a lake, pond, or even a bowl of water. Drop a single stone into its center, watching intently as the ripples move outward. Let each circle represent the expanding influence of your thoughts and actions. Observe how the ripples interact with the shores and with each other, creating patterns of infinite complexity. Follow this with the Generations Bridge meditation. Sit in stillness and visualize yourself as a bridge connecting past and future. See your actions and choices as golden threads weaving through time, touching lives unknown to you. Feel the responsibility and power of your role in this grand tapestry of existence. Finally, engage in the community light practice. Each evening, light a candle and hold in your heart those whom your actions have touched that day. Acknowledge the unseen impact of your words, your presence, your energy. Let this awareness guide your choices, knowing that each moment carries the potential for profound influence. Through these practices, you begin to grasp the true scope of your spiritual journey. Like the stonecutter's ripples or the teacher's endless legacy, your transformation creates waves that shape the collective consciousness, touching lives across time and space. Chapter 26, Universal Harmony. In the grand concert hall of existence, there lived a conductor named Solomon who understood that true harmony emerges not from forcing instruments to play, but from allowing each to express its authentic voice within the greater whole. As he stood before his orchestra, his hands would weave invisible threads of connection between the violin's sweet song, the cello's deep resonance, and the flute's ethereal whispers. You, like Solomon, stand as the conductor of your own existence, capable of creating harmony between your inner vibrations and the universal symphony that surrounds you. The universal law of resonance teaches that everything in existence maintains its own unique frequency, yet all frequencies can align in perfect harmony when properly attuned. As Solomon guided his orchestra, he discovered that forcing harmony created discord, while gentle alignment allowed natural resonance to emerge. Through patient observation and subtle adjustments, he learned to feel the pulse of each instrument, bringing them into natural alignment with the greater whole. In a distant valley, a gardener named Iris discovered similar wisdom through her connection with nature. She noticed that plants thrived not when she imposed her will upon them, but when she attuned herself to their natural rhythms. By observing the subtle dance of sunlight, the whispered songs of wind, and the gentle pulse of seasonal changes, she created a garden that flourished in perfect harmony with the natural world. The power to align with universal frequencies lies within you. Like Solomon's conducting or Iris's gardening, it requires not force, but awareness, not control, but communion. When you attune your personal vibration to the universe's natural frequency, manifestation becomes as natural as breathing. To cultivate this harmonious state, practice the ancient sound alignment. Find a quiet space and create a pure tone through humming, singing bowls, or simple vocal tones. Allow this sound to resonate through your being, feeling how it aligns with the universal frequency. Notice how different tones affect your energy, your emotions, and your connection to the greater whole. Move into the nature's rhythm meditation. Sit in nature and close your eyes. Listen to the layered symphony of natural sounds, birds, wind, water, leaves. Feel how these sounds create perfect harmony without effort or planning. Let your breath synchronize with this natural rhythm, allowing your personal frequency to align with nature's song. Conclude with the vibrational harmony practice. Stand with your feet firmly planted on the earth. Imagine golden light flowing up through your feet, filling your body with universal energy. As this light fills you, allow your body to gently sway, finding its natural resonance with the universe's rhythm. Feel how this alignment creates a state of effortless flow and connection. Chapter 27, Legacy of Wisdom. In the halls of an ancient library where scrolls whispered secrets across millennia, there dwelled a keeper of wisdom named Thaddeus. As shadows lengthened across weathered stone floors, he realized that knowledge held in solitude withers like an unwatered flower. Each evening, as golden light filtered through dust-laden air, he gathered those who thirsted for understanding. You possess wisdom unique to your journey, insights that could illuminate the path for others. Like Thaddeus, who understood that wisdom grows stronger when shared, you hold keys to understanding that others seek. Thaddeus began copying ancient texts, not merely transcribing words, but infusing them with living energy through his own experiences and insights. He taught his apprentices that true wisdom flows like water. It must move to remain pure and life-giving. Those who came to learn discovered that in sharing their understanding, their own knowledge deepened and expanded. In a distant mountain village, a stone mason named Marcus worked with similar purpose. His hands, rough from years of careful craft, carved eternal truths into stone faces that would endure centuries. "Let these messages speak to those yet unborn," he would say as his chisel traced wisdom into rock. Each symbol he carved carried not just information, but the very essence of understanding, preserved in stone for future seekers to discover. The universe calls you to become both student and teacher, receiver and giver of wisdom. As you progress along your path, you create footprints that others may follow. Your experiences, insights, and revelations form a unique thread in the universal tapestry of understanding. To preserve and share your spiritual journey, begin the sacred documentation practice. Create a wisdom journal where you record not just events, but the deeper truths they reveal. Write as though speaking to a future seeker, sharing not only what you learned, but how that learning transformed you. Include your challenges, breakthroughs, and moments of revelation, for these are the stepping stones others may use to cross the same rivers. Move into the teaching through experience exercise. Choose one significant lesson from your journey and craft it into a story that others might understand. Share this story with someone who walks a similar path, observing how your experience illuminates their understanding. Complete your practice with the wisdom preservation ritual. Find a quiet moment to reflect on the most essential truth you've discovered. Write this truth in your own words, seal it in an envelope, and store it in a special place. After one moon cycle, open and read it again, noting how your understanding has deepened with time. Chapter 28, Beyond 2025, Future Manifestations. In the sun-drenched chambers of an ancient metropolis, architect Elias stood before an empty canvas of land, his eyes seeing not what was, but what could be. With each stroke of his quill, he wove dreams into blueprints, crafting not merely buildings, but vessels for future generations' aspirations. You too stand before the canvas of your future, holding the power to sketch the contours of what shall manifest. Like Elias, who understood that every great achievement begins as a seed planted in the soil of intention, you possess the ability to nurture your long-term visions into reality. As Elias mapped out gardens that would take decades to bloom and structures that would shelter generations yet unborn, he taught his apprentices the art of patient creation. The greatest manifestations, he would say, are those that ripen slowly, drawing strength from time itself. In a distant study, illuminated by candlelight, Samuel penned words meant for his future self. Each evening he wrote of dreams yet unrealized, of wisdom yet ungained, sealing these messages in vessels of hope to be opened in years to come. His letters became bridges across time, connecting present intention with future manifestation. The universe operates beyond the constraints of immediate time, weaving patterns that span years and lifetimes. Your desires and intentions, when properly planted, grow roots that reach deep into the soil of tomorrow. Begin the sacred future crafting practice. Create a manifestation vessel, a special container holding symbols of your long-term visions. Place within it images, words, and objects that represent the future you wish to create. Add to this vessel regularly, allowing it to evolve as your vision expands. Move into the timeline illumination exercise. On a large scroll or canvas, create a visual pathway of your desired manifestations, marking significant milestones along your journey. Begin with present day and extend as far into the future as your vision takes you. Use symbols, images, and written intentions to mark each point of transformation. Complete your practice with the future self-communion ritual. Find a quiet space where you can connect with your future self. Write a detailed letter describing the life you are creating, speaking as though these manifestations have already come to pass. Seal this letter with intention, opening it only when guided by inner wisdom to do so. Chapter 29. The Community of Manifestors. In the Valley of Whispers, where ancient mountains cradle a small settlement, the villagers of Millbrook faced their greatest challenge. Their once prosperous community had fallen into decline, their fields yielding less with each passing season. Yet within this darkness, a spark of collective wisdom ignited. You stand now at a similar crossroads where individual power meets collective potential. Like the people of Millbrook, you possess the ability to amplify your manifesting energy through unity with others. The villagers gathered beneath the old oak tree, each bringing not complaints, but visions. They spoke of abundant harvests, of children playing in new gardens, of workshops filled with craftsmen sharing their skills. As they shared these dreams, something remarkable occurred. Their collective energy began to pulse with unmistakable power. Within months, their shared vision took root. Fields were tended not by single farmers, but by groups working in harmony. Knowledge was exchanged freely, and resources were pooled. The village transformed not through individual effort alone, but through the magnified force of unified intention. In the bustling streets of an ancient city, 7 artists came together to create something beyond their individual capabilities. Each brought unique gifts. One worked with light, another with stone, others with color, sound, movement, metal, and words. They discovered that their combined creative force far exceeded the sum of their individual talents. Their collaborative masterpiece, a living artwork that transformed an abandoned temple into a beacon of inspiration, drew visitors from distant lands. The power of their unified vision demonstrated how collective creativity could reshape reality itself. These stories mirror a profound truth. When minds unite in focused intention, the fabric of reality responds with greater vigor. You are not alone in your journey of manifestation. By joining with others who share your spiritual understanding, your ability to create positive change multiplies exponentially. The ancient practice of collective manifestation beckons you to gather with kindred spirits. Form a sacred circle of manifestation, meeting regularly to share visions and amplify each other's intentions. Begin with a shared meditation, allowing your combined energy to create a powerful field of possibility. Voice your intentions one by one, letting the group's focused attention strengthen each vision. Close by, visualizing golden threads of energy connecting all participants, creating a web of support that extends beyond your gathering. Create a community vision board during these sessions. Each participant contributes images and words that represent both personal and collective goals. As the board grows, it becomes a living testament to your shared manifesting power. Return to it monthly, celebrating manifestations and adding new intentions as they arise. Practice the ripple effect meditation, where participants sit in concentric circles. Starting from the center, each person's intention ripples outward, gathering strength as it moves through the group. This ancient technique demonstrates how individual power multiplies through collective focus. Chapter 30. Becoming a Universal Influencer. In the halls of ancient wisdom, there lived a philosopher named Theron, whose understanding of universal truth ran as deep as the roots of the world tree. You, like Theron, hold within you seeds of wisdom that can transform not just your own reality, but the fabric of existence itself. Theron spoke not of abstract concepts, but of living truths that resonated in the hearts of all who listened. His words carried the weight of universal law, yet flowed as naturally as a mountain stream. As his understanding spread, it touched not just individuals but entire communities, transforming their way of life from one of struggle to one of harmony with universal principles. You possess this same capacity for influence. Through your alignment with universal laws, your thoughts and actions ripple outward, touching countless lives in ways you may never fully comprehend. In a distant land divided by centuries of conflict, there lived a woman named Amara, who understood the power of peaceful influence. Where others saw only discord, she perceived the underlying harmony waiting to emerge. Through patient wisdom and unwavering faith in universal principles, she helped warring factions recognize their shared humanity. Her method was simple yet profound. She listened deeply, spoke truth gently, and held space for transformation. The universal practice of wise influence calls you to step into your role as a catalyst for positive change. Begin each morning by centering yourself in silence, allowing wisdom to flow through you. Visualize yourself as a lighthouse emanating pure understanding that touches all who cross your path. As you move through your day, practice conscious communication, speaking words that align with universal truth. Create a sacred space of influence where you can mentor others seeking understanding. Share your wisdom, not through preaching, but through living example. Let your actions demonstrate the power of aligned living. When others witness the peace and prosperity that flows from your alignment with universal law, they will naturally seek to understand your path. Practice the art of gentle transformation by identifying areas where your influence can bring positive change. Like water wearing a waystone, let your presence be both gentle and persistent. Your role is not to force change, but to embody truth so completely that others are naturally drawn to its light. The ritual of conscious leadership invites you to document instances where your influence has created positive change, however small. Reflect on these moments, understanding that each one represents a seed of transformation planted in the garden of collective consciousness. Through this practice, you become increasingly aware of your role as a steward of universal wisdom. Conclusion. As you reach this moment of completion, know that you stand at a threshold, not an ending. The ancient wisdom keepers understood that every conclusion marks the beginning of a deeper spiral of understanding. Like the eternal dance of the cosmos, your journey with these universal principles continues to unfold. The teachings shared within these pages represent timeless truths that have guided souls across countless generations. Yet their power lies not in mere knowledge, but in living application. Each principle you've encountered serves as a key, unlocking new dimensions of possibility in your life. Through stories of transformation and practical rituals, you've discovered the profound simplicity of universal laws. These laws operate with unwavering consistency, whether acknowledged or not. Your growing awareness of them enhances your ability to flow with their currents rather than against them. Your journey has revealed that manifestation is both an art and a science, a sacred dance between intention and surrender, between action and allowance. As you've learned to attune your thoughts and emotions to the frequency of your desires, you've experienced firsthand the magnetic power of aligned energy. Remember that mastery is not a destination but a continuous unfolding. Each day presents fresh opportunities to refine your understanding and deepen your practice. The universe constantly offers new lessons, wrapped in the experiences of daily life. The power you've awakened within yourself now ripples outward, touching countless lives through the interconnected web of existence. Your personal transformation contributes to the elevation of collective consciousness. As you continue to embody these principles, you become a living testament to their truth. This wisdom has been preserved and passed down because it holds the keys to human potential. Now you join the lineage of those who carry these teachings forward, not just through words, but through the example of a life lived in harmony with universal law. Let your ongoing practice be guided by joy rather than obligation. The universe responds most powerfully to authentic alignment. Trust that each step you take in consciousness creates waves of positive change, even when you cannot see their full impact. The journey of manifestation and influence continues to unfold naturally, like a flower opening to the sun. You need not force or strain. Simply remain open to the wisdom that surrounds you, always ready to deepen your understanding and refine your practice. If you enjoyed this exclusive audiobook, I handpicked this next book which will change your life.